What exactly is this place?
This is paradise.
Check this out. A secret room.
Warp speed! Make way!
Hey, what's up everyone? Koban Romani 456 here today, doing another news update series on a new upcoming game that was just announced today, and that is Sonic Boom for the Nintendo Wii U and 3DS. So in case you all didn't know, earlier today Sega announced this new game for the Nintendo Wii U and 3DS, as this is the third game and the Nintendo and Sega agreement to where there are going to be 3 exclusive Sonic games only for Nintendo consoles, and this is the third one, Sonic Boom. So we finally know what it looks like, we finally know what it's all about, and not only is it just a video game, it's also a TV series and much more. They also announced a toy lineup and whatnot, but yeah, so it's a TV series and a video game. It's basically an entirely different series from the modern Sonic games that we've played. So for all the people who see all this stuff about this game and think that this is the new genesis for the Sonic series, or that, they're doing a reboot that we've heard so many rumors about from the past, this kind of, some people may, it kind of seems like it is a reboot, but Sega specifically said earlier today that it is completely separate from the modern Sonic games, so don't fret about it. This is actually made from completely different developers, actually. And, yeah, so I guess I'll go ahead and give my impressions on the trailer that we saw earlier today. So for the first few seconds when I was watching it, I couldn't help but feel that I was watching an Uncharted trailer, because they had all this really epic music that seemed like it was from Hans Zimmer. Oh my god, is it going to be Nathan Drake or is it going to be Batman? But then they had all these beautiful jungle environments and stuff, and I'm just like, oh, is this the Uncharted PS4 game? But then in comes Sonic and Tails and all his friends, and then the dubstep kicks in, and then you're just like, oh, okay, it is Sonic game. So it was pretty cool, though. I liked it a lot, but I couldn't help but get a Nathan Drake and a Batman feel from the beginning of the trailer, especially since, Roger Craig Smith just did Batman's voice, and then, the Batman Hans Zimmer sounding music. I don't know. But anyway, so my first impressions for the trailer when I saw it was that this game looks drop dead gorgeous. And the reason why this game looks so beautiful is because it is not running on the Hedgehog engine this time around. It is running on CryEngine 3, which is an engine that basically, a graphics engine that powers games like the Crysis series and other first-person shooter games. So that's why these environments look so beautiful and so expansive, so ginormous. And that's one thing I actually want to talk about. When we saw this trailer, not only did we see Sonic just speeding through some areas really fast with Tails, Knuckles, and Amy by his side, we actually saw ginormous open world environments to where these characters could explore through them, and we saw Knuckles kind of digging through the ground, Tails having the ability to fly, Amy having the ability to use her hammer to an advantage on certain obstacles, and then also to take out enemies. So, as you all can see, this game looks a lot more open world. In fact, when I was watching it, not in the beginning, I was getting an Uncharted vibe from the trailer, but then later on, I started getting a Ratchet and Clank vibe, to where I don't know, it's just like the environments reminded me of like the Ratchet and Clank series. I've never really played those games, but I've seen other people play them, and I was just like, hey, this really does look like Ratchet and Clank, or like Jak and Daxter or something like that. And the reason why is because the people who are actually working on this game are a Western development company. It is not Sonic team working on this game this time around. The people who are actually working on it apparently used to work at Naughty Dog and make, Naughty Dog games. And Naughty Dog are the people who, worked on Crash Bandicoot, I believe Jak and Daxter, and also the Uncharted series, which they're working on right now. So it all kind of made sense when I started reading more about this game, which is why I'm actually kind of doing this update a bit later than usual. But, yeah, so that's why it looks like that, and it just looks so beautiful. You look at the environments, you look at everything, and you're just like, holy crap, this is without a doubt the most beautiful Sonic game that we've seen so far. And it's on the Nintendo Wii U. And then not only that, this game still hasn't finished development just yet. Like they said, all the footage in this trailer is just, it's a work in progress. They're not even close to done. Usually when Sega reveals games and, reveals their games in trailers, most of the time about 70% of the game is complete. So that's why, the game looks very similar to the final product graphically. But with this, there's room for improvement. It could look even better than this. So that's when you're just like, holy crap, this is already looking fantastic, and it could get better? Like, whoa, this is insane. But as you all saw with the gameplay, like I said, each character had different abilities, and it looks like we can actually finally play as other characters besides Sonic now. We can play as Knuckles, we can play as Tails, we can play as Amy as well, and who knows, maybe there are even more characters that will be announced later on. We're not sure, because they just did announce it, and I'm pretty sure they don't want to spoil too much right now. But yeah, each character, it seems like they can run close to Sonic's speed as they were all running side by side with each other, but at the same time they have their own unique abilities that makes you more inclined to play other characters, which is what I love, because that's why Sonic 3 Knuckles was one of my favorite games of all time, because each character had that sense of speed that we know Sonic for, but at the same time each character had different abilities so that you'd be more inclined to try the game out multiple times, do multiple playthroughs with different characters, and explore different areas. And from seeing this gameplay, if you look at the background and some of these pictures, you can see there are like lines of rings all over the place. There's just so many different pathways. You know that this game has a huge emphasis on exploration when you see these environments, because they're way too ginormous. This is not a linear Sonic game at all. This is a game that you want to explore through. And then not only that, look at this artwork right here, by the way. I just was scrolling through it right now. Kind of gave me a Sonic Chronicles of Dark Brotherhood vibe. Who knows? Maybe this is like the sequel to Sonic Chronicles of Dark Brotherhood. I'm being very facetious when I say that, but the artwork does very much look like Sonic Chronicles of Dark Brotherhood. But yeah, so got to see the gameplay footage. Looked really beautiful. I loved the so many multiple environments. We had a jungle, we had like this kind of like barren area, factories, some area that looks like kind of like the Grand Canyon or something like that, a beach looking area, all sorts of different beautiful environments. And I'm glad that they showed a lot in this trailer. While we could only see clips every few seconds, I liked how they showed variety to where it wasn't just exploration or figuring out puzzles or, what other characters do. They still showed speed to show that they still haven't forgotten that this is a Sonic game. It's still going to be fast-paced, but at the same time, they're trying out something new at the same time. So I'm very hopeful for this game. It may be different from, Sonic games that we've played, as it does look more like, like I said, like a more exploration, a huger emphasis on that, especially since the people who worked on, previous Naughty Dog games are working on this game. So I think it'll be good. It'll be different, but I think it will be good, and that it'll still maintain that speed that Sonic has and that we know him for. So just my thoughts. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. I think it's going to be a great game, and I guess in just a second I'll go ahead and talk about the character designs, because that's one thing a lot of people have been talking about. So, me personally, I really don't care about character designs, you know. As long as Sonic doesn't look like, you know, like a complete derp, you know, as long as they don't make all these characters look terrible, I mean, I'm honestly fine with it. You know, Knuckles, he looks weird. I mean, he's really buffed on his upper body, kind of got like the Johnny Bravo treatment where he's just got like a ginormous upper body and a small lower body, to where like he went to the gym, he was building up, you know, his upper body, but then he was just like, nah, I don't need these legs, I'll let Sonic do the running. So, I don't know, but you know, I know there are a lot of people who are like saying, "Oh, this is going to be terrible because of character designs." See, this is the Sonic fan base, you know. Just they judge a game over the smallest things, you know. What I care about, I'm a huge Sonic fan, but I'm not so hardcore to where I'm like, you know, I'm not open towards change. As long as the game is fun, that's all I care about. I don't care about if, you know, Knuckles. I don't care if Knuckles had freaking, I don't even know, like a chain on his neck or something like that, and he started rapping. As long as he, as long as the game is fun, that's all I really care about. But no, I just see a ton of people complaining about character designs. Oh, the game's terrible. But you know, everyone's free to their opinion, you know, so I respect that. But me personally, I think most of the character designs look cool. I think Amy looks cool. It just looks like she kind of had a wardrobe change. You know, Sonic and Tails kind of have like, I don't know, it looks like sports tape around them, but at the same time, I'm not really sure about that, because if you look at the characters, you know, they look like you know, they're on an adventure, they're exploring. You know, Sonic has a scarf that looks like Nathan Drake, actually. It gives such strong Nathan Drake vibes. And you know, I don't know, like seeing all that stuff around their legs and hands and stuff like that, it makes them look like, you know, they're adventurers. They've been on like a rough beaten pathway and they're like traversing through several obstacles, and they have all these like, I don't know, like wrapping bandages or whatever on them, but at the same time they have bandages on their shoes. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but I think that the characters overall do look pretty cool, you know. Especially Sonic, actually, and some of this artwork, if you look at it, like, you know, they give a few more spikes to make it look like Sonic has, I guess, more of a hairstyle or something. I don't know why they did that, but it kind of reminds me of some of the older Sonic games, actually, his style a bit, with, you know, how he has those little tiny spikes and whatnot. But, Tails actually looks really cool, though. Like, not gonna lie, he looks really cool. Like, he looks better than he does in the, you know, traditional games that we usually get from the Sonic series. So if they could make him look the way he does now, I mean, hey, Tails not bad, dude. You styling. But yeah, just my personal opinions. You know, character designs look pretty cool. Knuckles, he's growing on me, you know. I am, though, kind of happy they kind of get, I am happy that they actually did give Knuckles somewhat of a build that should fit him as a character, because Knuckles is a strong, brawny character. He's supposed to be one of the strongest characters in the Sonic series, but, you know, he's never, like, he's portrayed that in a sense with just like his fists and his personality and whatnot, but, you know, to see that brawn, that muscle that he has, or the steroids, whatever it is, to now finally see that, it's like, you know, hey, it's weird to look at because we've seen this character for like 22 years, looking how he looks with, you know, skinny arms, and then now to see him look like this, it's all of a sudden quite weird. But I'm sure if he looked like that the whole time before, you know, people wouldn't really have a problem with it. So, just my opinion, but, you know, yeah. So overall, I think this game looks really, really good. I think there's a lot of potential for it, and while it may not be the same as, you know, other Sonic games that we've experienced, I think it's going to be good, because it seems like the game's in good hands. It's with the development team who worked on previous Naughty Dog games, so I think it'll be fun. This game, though, is not going to Japan, and Sonic Boom, the TV show and the game, is actually specifically for the Western regions. Like, it's specifically for the US and Europe. And I think the reason why is because Sonic sells so poorly in Japan. Like, it's really, really sad. Sonic sells the best, I believe, in the UK, and then sells, you know, pretty well in the US, but in Japan, he just has dismal sales. So it looks like Japan ain't getting nothing from you know, Sonic Boom at all. They're not going to be getting anything. But, you know, what else is there? Oh yeah, the TV show. TV show looks good. It's the first CG animated TV show that we've seen of, you know, for the Sonic series. And the characters look good. The character models and everything, they look different, but they look good. And animation looks good. Eggman looks different. He's got the shorter, perkier mustache. But character interactions were pretty cool, you know. Typical of what we usually see. Kind of cheesy, goofy at the same time, but still awesome. And Tails once again bails because he fails. And yeah, like he tried to, he just completely crash landed his ship. And it's just like, well, this is deja vu, isn't it? But yeah, I think the TV show is going to be good. The people who are working on the TV show are the same people who worked on the My Little Pony series, so I don't know if that's going to change some people's minds, because, you know, the whole, I guess, what is it? What's the word I'm looking for? I'm trying to think. I don't know, like how the internet is like so against like bronies or whatever. I don't know. I really don't have anything against bronies, you know. I mean, if people like, you know, My Little Pony, that's perfectly fine with me. I don't really like My Little Pony, but, you know, that's just me. So, but, you know, I think it'll still be cool. From what I saw, it didn't seem like it strayed too far away from what we've seen in Sonic games. So, yeah, people who are working on My Little Pony are working on this, but from what we saw in that trailer, it looked pretty accurate to what we've seen in the Sonic series, so I have no complaints. But, yeah, I guess that wraps it up for this news update right here. So, thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please make sure to drop a like and a comment. It really, really helps out a ton. And would love to hear your feedback on what you all think about this trailer. You know, I love to read other people's opinions, which is why I love doing these news update videos so much, especially on Sonic games, because the majority of my viewers, you know, love Sonic stuff. So, it's kind of cool to hear other people's thoughts about games, and you know, always appreciate all the support. And if you do want to say more, if you do want to stay updated on this game, make sure to go ahead and subscribe if you would like to, as I'm going to be doing a lot of news updates on this game. Anyway, thank you all again for watching. See you all. Have a good day. Peace. Come on, mates.
You can't lose me, Egghead!
Eggman! You know my name is Dr. Eggman! You do that on purpose!
Do what, Egghead? Whoa, whoa, whoa! Huh.
It all ends here, old friend. Prepare to be destroyed by Burnbot!
So what, he's gonna burn me with flamethrowers or something?
Flamethrower? No.
Oh, acid? Incendiary grenades!
No. The claws! Yes, claws! Very painful claws!
Well, then you should have called him Clawbot, or Delacerator, or Pinchatron 9000, but Burnbot. I mean, that's just false advertising.
I named the robot Sonic! Burnbot! Attack!
Thanks, Tails. Initiate speeding swing surprise.
Get up!